We are back today. It's July the 8th. I think it's the week 4 update. And boy, have these things grown. Just going to show you guys real quick. We're over here in row 1. We come in last night and these were some, I think the Casperitas that we planted. They're only a 77 day pumpkin. They're the little white ornamental ones. So we planted them a little bit later since they're only a 77 day pumpkin. And we come last night and weeded them just a little bit. Here's another hill here. These are some blues or Gerardelles. But we went ahead and put that straw back around them. Did that on all the hills here that were a little bit smaller, that we hadn't strawed yet, where the rest of them you can tell have taken off. But I mean, they have grown like wildfire. They're starting to run like crazy now, which is good. Protect them from that wind. So we'll hop over here. I'll come back to row 7 and we'll see what those look like. We've been showcasing those every week, so let me hop over there and we'll show you what those look like. Took a pit stop over here. This is row 4. I think those are the jacks mainly. There's row 5. They're growing like crazy. I mean, you can see them vines are already 3-4 foot, maybe 5 foot even. Down through there, I've already creeping out. Look at that one down there, really starting to grow. So, where we terminated these weeds last week, I mean, it absolutely just, that was some grass. It just burned it up, and there's one of them like horse nettle or pigweed there. I mean, they're gone. There are you can see a few little green spots, sticking up out there, but we'll hit them again before these pumpkins run too much more. There's row 6. I mean, looking great. And this was our babies here, row 7. We did lose one to breaking off in the wind. I think I might have put that on there last week, but it's like the 8th hill down there. There's a gap down there now, but otherwise, I mean, those have just went nuts. And then even row 8 over here, if you remember what those looked like in the last week or two, I mean, they were just little itty bitty coming up. And then these in row 7 looked about what row 8 looks like right now. Just starting to run, like this one's just starting to run, and several that are still kind of a big squash size, that bush plant size, that are getting close to running. But that's what they look like. Coming along good. Thatch is working great. We did end up with 2 inches of rain yesterday and got another ½ inch or so already today, so we're going to end up with almost 3 inches of rain here right after the 4th of July, which we'll take it. It's summertime. It's heat now. It's hot. Our main problem is the humidity is going to be 60% or higher every day this week. So we're really going to have to watch on getting some fungicide put out on them, make sure they're not getting powdery mildew or any other fungus that will rot the base and kill the plant. So that's our main concern this week, is getting fungicide put out on these guys. And then a little bit more, like there you can see a little bit more weed control before they run. So that's what they look like. And we'll spin around here. And there's those over in the calf pen that we call it. They're doing good too. We'll hop over there and look at them and then go look at the 5 acre real quick before we end the video today. Remember, these were planted like 7 or 8 days after most of those in the 3 acre. And they still, this is the best ground we've got right here. And it shows, because I mean, these have pretty much caught up to what's over there in the 3 acre, and they're planted, that whole week or 2 later than what most of those were. But looking good. Here's kind of an example of what we're going to come back and get rid of. So these that are this size are ones that I missed spraying last week, and then got a lot of these guys. It rained some last week, so they popped up in that 5 to 7 day period and are about that size. But we just want to get down through there and make sure don't have to get them totally perfect out in the middles, but we want to get around these plants best we can to give them that time they'll grow over, and so we don't have to worry about the weed control underneath the plant anymore. Little guy in the corner here, that was actually a Big Max transplant that's been struggling a little bit. He's finally come out of it, had these cloudy, rainy days. He's looking good and he's growing, but he was planted the same time the rest of those were. But his brother there had root rot and ended up dying there on that side there. It made that little gap, but I think this one's going to come out of it and be fine. But anyways, we'll jump over here to the next field and look at them real quick. Alright, this one looks a little different. I think it was in the video last week when we were terminating the corn. Got our fence here, got it moved back, and it's all the way around the perimeter of the pumpkins now. But they're starting to grow good over here. Still nothing like that other field, but like I said, I mean, they were planted a couple weeks later. So here's them little guys we come and strawed again last night. And we planted them just 2 weeks ago or so. Had to come back and replant several of these. But they're growing, looking good all the way down through there. You'll start to see how those 10-foot spacing really doesn't look like they're spaced that much once them plants get bigger and growing. Where this row over here is on 15-foot spacing, so they're not quite as tight. But we'll give it another week or two, and you'll be able to tell when they start running really good, like that other field is, how much space these things need to grow. We thought about even sticking a few down the middle here where this corn was, but I mean, these two sides are going to come together and be touching here before we know it. So, but that's the update for this week so far. I might update you guys a little bit later in the week. Today is a Tuesday, so I might come back on a Friday or Saturday morning or something, and we'll update you guys, especially on those over on row 7 that we're kind of showcasing. So that's what they look like, though. A lot of pumpkins, a lot of work, a lot of enjoyment, though. Better than sitting on the couch, and makes a lot of people happy. So that's what it's all about. So thank you, Lord, for some rain and nice weather to let these things grow, and we'll see what they look like next week. Coming out here now after that 3 inches or so of rain. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Still cloudy. Got the mule spray rig, or the 4-wheeler spray rig here, and we've been spraying these plants with insecticide and fungicide. It's been so wet, we're going to try to keep the fungus to a minimum, and going ahead and spraying a little bit of insecticide while we're at it. Got a few pumpkin, some vine borers, and some cucumber beetles and squash bugs we've seen, so we're going to get them while it's early pre-bloom here. Should take care of these pumpkins for hopefully it'll last another week or two. We're putting a little sticker in with it, but with all this rain, we're definitely killing what we're spraying today, so it needed to be done. July 11th, putting out a little bit of this drip tape. This is what we used over in the 5-acre on those pumpkins, so it has an emitter every foot, and we're going to put this out today, kind of on these plants before they run any farther here, and this will allow them to have water farther out from just their bases, because that 1/2-inch drip line we're using, it's only putting, most of them only have that 1/2 gallon an hour emitters on their bases, so this will put a 1/2 gallon emitter out every foot, so this will help them tremendously. And this is some 8 mil thickness drip tape, so it's a little thinner. The old stuff we were using was 15 mil, but this is 8 mil. A little bit thinner, but it's still gonna put water out the same. Just gotta be careful with it, not to punch a hole in the line. But emitter every foot and 1/2 gallon an hour, so this will give them water when they run over it.